Ramadan feel always the same for me. You reconnect with faith, and then also it's about patience. Atmosphere is totally different, of course, depending on where you are. Like when I was in France, I was in US, and now I'm in India. Like I have to have this kind of app to know when is the azan is. We have like a big Indonesian community, and then there's like a big mosque. So it's just like kind of home for us, you know, when like people gather, like Indonesian love to do gotong royong. You know, gotong royong is like
How big was that?
maybe thousands.
Do you think Ramadan changed more because of the country you were in, or because you were in a different season of life?
Suddenly your life like twisted, and then like, oh, there's nothing. Ramadan is very quiet here. Where is everybody? I'm the one who's celebrating this. I'm the one who do it. So it's kind of hard at first, you know. At the same time, I just realized that now my life has changed. It's not the Ramadan change, but me, I changed.
Hi, I'm Sabia. Welcome back to Rooted and Routed podcast. We are having this conversation during the month of Ramadan. And what a beautiful month to reflect how traditions travel with us and also how identity evolves. Today, we have a truly global lived guest, the one who have worked in different industries, have been in a different profession in countries and in different roles. As a professional, as a mother of two, and somebody who continues to evolve across the globe. Her name is Rika Bouffe. So let's unpack her journey and get inspired. Let's get started. Hi, Rika.
Hi, Savia.
Welcome to Rooted and Routed podcast.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, being an Indonesian, married to a French, lived in the US and now living in India as an expat. That's 4 different societies,
Yeah.
which really has this different cultural rhythms.
Yeah.
I'm curious, does Ramadan feel like same month everywhere? Or does it transform depending where you are?
You know what? Like for me, spiritually, Ramadan feel always the same for me. It's just like you know, the moment of you reconnect with faith, and then also it's about patience, also about you know, reflection.
Yeah.
But the atmosphere is totally different, of course, depending on where you are. Actually,
Yeah. And has it been more of an adjustment that you had to do, within these 4? I mean, of course, your home country,
yeah.
I know you have been raised in Muslim countries.
Yeah.
It is different, but the other countries, I think it was different. And did you have to adjust a lot? Or it comes like naturally, like, okay, it is different. So yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like in Indonesia, Ramadan, it's very collective, you know, because like we are like you really have like the sense of the same movement, you know. For like you have access to the Islam and also about the community. Like when I was in France, I was in US, and now I'm in India. Like I have to have this kind of app to know when is the azan is, and it's something like that, you know. In Indonesia, all of the mosques they do azan like 5 times a day, so you don't have any kind of reminder of something like that, you know. And then when I live in the US, it was different. So to be honest, from the 3 countries that I lived in, US was very. I have like a good memory there in Houston, because there we have like a big Indonesian community, and then there's like a big mosque where all of Indonesian gather there. Of course, the mosque is like open for everyone, of course. But you know, this mosque like initiated by Indonesian. So it's just like kind of home for us, you know, when like during Ramadan, people gather, like Indonesian love to do gotong royong. You know, gotong royong is like when people gather together to help each other.
Ah.
So yeah,
Like a community help.
exactly. So what we did there in this mosque, the name of the mosque is Istiqlal. So normally, like some month before Ramadan, people will say, "Hey, Ramadan is coming. Do you want to participate?" Because we just like gather and then like do iftar, prepare iftar together, and then like of course sometimes we do like kids can learn something there. Everyone can learn something there. So Ramadan feels different there. So and then I love it.
So how many number are you talking about? If approximately the community, how big was that?
Oh, I don't know, maybe thousands.
Thousands.
Yeah.
And in just like in Texas,
In Houston.
in Houston, so
Yes.
wow, that is a huge number.
Yep.
And that does then make you feel like I'm not that much away from home, isn't it?
Exactly. I feel like, oh, I'm like home, far from home. Yeah.
Like one of the guests in the past episodes have mentioned that Asian countries have this feeling like collectiveness.
Yep.
There is a collectiveness, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
And the Western countries are more individualistic. So you feel quite separated. And the ones like in Asia, so if at all you have any issue, if you want to go somewhere and you don't have anybody to look after your child, or your child is sick, or something that you don't have at home, you can immediately contact your neighbor.
Yeah.
That I don't think so it's possible in France. That okay, you can knock
Yeah.
at the neighbor's door and say, I don't know, maybe I don't have a sugar. Do you have some sugar? Like or medicines. You can do that.
Yep.
In India as well, you can still do that. So
Yep.
I agree, but I can imagine that community feeling must be different.
Yeah.
And with these 4 different societies and the cultural thing that you have lived in, cultural rhythms, do you think Ramadan changed more because of the country you were in, or because you were in a different season of life each time? Now, let me, in this question, I'll say season is 2 things. Season is one that you are going through a phase of life, and the other season I'm referring to is literally the weather season. Because if the weather is different, the way you celebrate Eid or even fast, that's going to be different. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. So I think it's both, like honestly, the country I'm in definitely changed the experience, of course. But the stage of life also play a big role. Like growing up in Indonesia, Ramadan felt very alive. Like, the whole environment also supported. Like people fasting together, we do iftar together, and then everything is very accessible. And then, like you can go to the mosque will be full every night. You can like do iftar, and then also you will be close to your family.
Yep.
So Ramadan but actually like Ramadan is everywhere, but naturally you can feel the spirit of it even you are not in in your own home country. Yeah. But when I start to live in become a minority, of course the atmosphere is much quieter. But it's just like Ramadan is still there, of course. But the way you see or you feel is different. Like in the beginning, it was very hard for me, of course. Like, being like, oh, everything is easy. Ramadan is there. But suddenly your life like twisted. And then like, oh, there's nothing. Ramadan is very quiet here. Where's everybody? I'm the one who's celebrating this. I'm the one who do it. So it's kind of hard at first, But in the same time, I just realized that now my life has changed. It's not the Ramadan changed, but me, I changed. Just like I remember when I was a child, Ramadan was something that I was waiting for, because that time I know that I could play with my friends. Like I can enjoy what is happening in Ramadan, the festive, what you as a kid will get during Ramadan.
The EDA, you're saying that at the end of...
Yeah. also like during Ramadan, sometimes you can ask, oh, your mom will be like, when you fast, your mom will give you something. So
Only in the middle of the month as well.
yeah, sometimes you okay, no, I mean like not about like something like a gift, but at least can, mom, I want. Can you cook this for me? Can you, in special for yeah, exactly.
Tatam.
Yeah. So, in a way, like both things shape my Ramadan. The place changed the atmosphere, but growing older and then doing the new role is like change the meaning of Ramadan for me. Yeah.
As a mother changes, right?
Yep.
And I think that will continue to evolve because that's not gonna be how do I say, a stagnant or a constant thing, right?
Of course.
Life changes, you change,
Yeah.
places change,
Our face change.
feelings change,
Yes.
evolve, change or evolve, but they're the different things. They change, it evolves.
Yes.
So as Ramadan comes to an end, right? Because right now we are recording during Ramadan and we're almost close to the end of it. Eid is such a big celebration, as you mentioned as well, in your home country. In fact, globally, whoever is celebrating, it's quite big. You must have experienced it in a different way. As you said, collectiveness of this festive. Now, since you're married to a French family, into a French family, how has the way you celebrate Eid changed? Did you blend it? Have got your own tradition? Or something that you carried from your childhood?
So, growing up in Indonesia, it must be like a big celebration, of course, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
But I mean, visiting a friend, visiting family, extended family, and then also, sharing meal, ask forgiveness, because as you know, it is like your restart button,
Reset.
Yes, exactly. So now I'm married to like a French, so everything is like need to adapt, Um, marrying a French family, living abroad, everything changed, and then sometime now it becomes like a smaller celebration. When sometimes you just celebrate with your like initiate family or your close friend. If you found some who also celebrate Eid, of course. Yeah. So, but in a way, it becomes more meaningful. Like, because consciously you choose with tradition and then to keep and then which you think like which one to create, because now your life evolves. You cannot be like stay in the same in the same path because life change.
So life changes, your roles change. So moving on to the roles that you have achieved and lived. Moving on to the identity now across the borders. Has moving so much made you more certain about who you are or more open to changing?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
To be honest, like moving between different countries has made me more certain about some part of who I am that I've never recognized before. But at the same time, it made me so much more open to change, Just like when you live in different cultures, you naturally start to question like things like you used to take for granted. Because like everything was there for me, but now everything changed. Like you see that people can live differently, but they still have to manage the meaningful lives and strong values, of course. And then the experience, for me, the experience makes you feel like open-minded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an example of something of this situation personally, okay? And I'm sure you will also have that. Things that we take for granted is the food.
Exactly.
And you move on and you kind of have nice grocery store, whether it is US or France. And then you don't get what you are used to.
Yep.
And then you realize, oh my God, your mom was cooking, let's say, and you enjoyed that meal.
Yeah.
And you want to recreate the same for your kids now.
Yeah.
And you don't have that. So these are the things I think. Did you also experience the same thing?
Of course. Just like sometimes my kids like, yeah, mommy, can you please cook this like the grandma said did? I said like, yeah, I wish, but sometimes I cannot find that specific ingredients here or there. So yeah, everything changed.
And is there a version of you that only comes alive in certain cultures? This is a very beautiful question because there are warm countries, there are cold countries. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not just I'm talking, but not in temperature wise. I'm trying to say in terms of the collectiveness and the individualistic societies. So the Western countries are always referred as individualistic societies. And there you will see yourself in a different way. And when you are in India, which is a warm country, lively, the sun is out there, it's more colorful, it's vibrant, and it's diverse. There, I'm sure you will see yourself in a very different way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it true that okay, it's from one culture to the other culture, you are different?
Yeah. Well, actually, that's a very interesting question.
Yeah, thank you.
But I wouldn't say that I am now a completely different person. Like, but I do think like certain part of me come out more depending on the culture I'm in.
Mhm.
So, for example, when I'm in Indonesia, I feel like a strong sense of community, and then I become more social, more relaxed because I'm home, of course. And then also in Indonesia, this is where I grew up, so I really I'm feeling like I'm very natural there. But when I live in places like France, US, everything different, of course. I think I was more independent there, and then the independent side of me was more become stronger, of course.
Oh, okay, that way. Okay, and that's engaging.
Like living there push you to adapt, of course,
Yeah.
because everything changed. And then to be more self-reliant, and then sometimes more outspoken. It's very different between Indonesia, become Indonesian, and then living out of in the place like France and US. And then now I'm living in India. I feel like I'm constantly learning and then observing again how a life here. So I need to learn something new, and then I wouldn't say that there's a completely different version of who I am, but different culture really bringing out different layers of me, to be honest. It's just like, oh, I just found myself. Oh, Rika, so something that I never knew that,
Your self-awareness.
Exactly.
You become more aware of your own identity, but it was different in your home country.
Yep.
And I think that does the work, professional career does that for you, isn't it?
Yep.
That creates an identity. I relate to that point, yes, because now when you must be going home, you're trying to capture or relive the ones that you have lived as a child.
Yep.
But then you're not a child, you're actually grown it, and you've experienced so much in your life that it's nice to think about it, but you cannot relive that.
Yeah.
You cannot recreate your childhood.
Yeah.
Traditions are there, but you are different.
Yeah. Just like somewhere there, but now I'm no longer there. How to say it?
I know.
I don't know how to translate it,
I think this is the situation for everybody who have moved on from their home country. Yeah, they want to come and they want to, I don't know, hold on to something. They have held on to something But when they come back and want to relive, I think there's something missing, There's a gap.
There's like a one big puzzle there missing, but I don't know where's the puzzle. It's just like, a big, I don't know, hole. Or...
I feel like you as if we move on, but the place is still there.
Yeah.
And you're going in the future and you're kind of coming back in the past. And I know what you are saying.
Yep.
Well, that is a beautiful one. And in all of this, what is small for you now as part of adaptation, right? What is small for you? Food is something that is small. I can adapt to that, no problem. Or is it the communication that is what you have to adapt?
Well, to be honest, both are like something important for me.
Food and communication staggers.
Well, if I have to put which one is the first, which one is the second, maybe communication first, of course.
Okay.
And then the second one is food.
Food, which is small.
Yeah.
When it comes to
I cannot survive without Indonesian food.
Oh my, okay. I can imagine it.
Because can you imagine being Indian when the food are so tasty, and then you're going back to Europe or you're going somewhere in the US when the food is very different. In the US, you use very minimum ingredients, how we can say, and then when our food back home is you put a ton of spices.
Yeah.
So for me it was.
Well, for me it is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I had a hard time adapting to the Belgian food, the Western rather more bland food. And I used to have this piri piri or cayenne pepper. So first pepper still doesn't impact, doesn't change. Then comes the cayenne pepper, still doesn't change. Then comes the piri piri, then the Tabasco, and all of that together, maybe somewhere I can enjoy the meal. That's how it used to be. A layer of all the spicy things in my food. But then over the period of time, what I've seen is I enjoy land food.
Okay.
So, but it will be for 15 days.
Oh, okay.
After 15 days,
You have your limit.
Yes. Yeah. I'm done. I know. And now I need some spices, more flavors in the food. But that's how it is. 15 days, I can survive.
But at least you're brave. 15 days. For me, less than a week.
Oh, yeah?
3 days without spices. I'll be like, oh my God.
Okay, but that is beautiful. I mean, that is different. You're different and I'm different then.
Because sometimes when I coming back home and then they call me, hey, you foreigner. For example, when I was living in France, they call me, hey, French. Said, no, I'm not French. I'm Indonesian. If I don't eat rice a day, I will starving, And then I don't have chili for 2 days. I'll be coughing a lot. So... people sometimes just thinking, she's now different. She's no longer Indonesian. I mean, I'm still, in my heart, I am Indonesia. It's Indonesia is me. Me in Indonesia. Both cannot be separated, But sometimes people think she is different. But actually, I'm different, but it's not in that way different.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. And the same thing is with somebody else who is more into bland food.
Yeah.
And when they are into spicy food, a country where only spices exist, like Indonesia also have expats, Malaysia also expat. And they can imagine how they feel, if we cannot survive without spices for 3 days. And I think maybe they'll be okay without spices for long. But it's hard, I know. Yeah.
Yep.
That's the beauty of cross-cultural situation. And this is about cross-cultural marriage. So.
Yep.
In cross-cultural relationships, do you ever realize, this is funny, okay?
Yeah.
Do you ever realize you're not just agreeing to your partner, you're more constantly translating?
So, of course, I've definitely experienced this thing, of course. I mean, even you married the same culture, it still happened. Moreover, like us, different culture, different way to think, different way to see.
Yeah.
But sometimes you realize you're not actually disagreeing.
Okay.
You you're just realize you're coming from different culture references, the way we communicate, and then also the way we express emotion or even show respect can be very different, of course, like depending on when we grew up, like Western and Eastern, of course, like
They're different. Both
yeah, yeah. So like in this moment, it feels less like an argument, but it's more like how to say, translating perspective.
Exactly. For me, I think it must be translating, right? Because yeah, you constantly, and also you're translating, but also trying to find the same depth of, if you're angry,
Yeah,
and the way, if you're angry in your language,
yeah,
it's different. The way you project is different of the words.
yeah.
Your body language is different. But the same body language, you cannot have it when you have to speak in French. You know what I'm saying? It's funny actually, because it's a constant battle of, I want to say this, but I have to say it in English, so I cannot have the same impact. So how do I say that I'm actually angry, not that angry?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean like but for me, like once you understand that, like it becomes like easier to be patient and also like curious instead of defensive, you know.
Yeah.
So and then because you just realized like both of us seeing a word through different lenses, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like sometimes I'm lucky because my husband can speak Indonesian, can understand.
really?
Yeah. He lived in Indonesia for 2 years before our marriage. And then that's how he learned it. So that's why now I can be, you know, expressing my skills. You can in your own language and then he will understand. Well, anyway, Indonesian is very easy though. You don't have like, you know, future or past. You just have to add one word and it becomes like future. You add one word, it become past. So it's very easy. You don't really like conjugate words or
Or in the beginning, when he was not,
yeah.
when he didn't learn Indonesian.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an example. So if you're having a fight with,
So you would just like, you know, try to speak in English because back then I didn't speak French back then.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you actually are angry, or let's say arguing or disagreeing to something,
Yeah.
what is the language? English, French, or Indonesian? That's interesting.
Indonesian. Because I need to express myself without like have to thinking about the grammar. Is the grammar correct or like do I conjugate like the correct word or something like oh what is that? What is that? Oh what is the passé in French? What is the you know? So
And how about him?
also I'm like he will be expressing himself in French and I can understand. Yeah.
That is sort of in these situations.
So we both are like speaking our own language to express what we feel. So yeah, we both understand.
Yeah. I wonder what the kids must be thinking, and what is their mode of communication in terms of getting angry or expressing themselves. I don't know.
Now my kids, at home they more like speak French than Indonesia. Yeah, but we are not allowed them to speak English at home. Yep.
Yeah, that I heard. That's true. Yeah, my son cannot speak in English to my husband. He speaks in Dutch.
Yeah.
Has to.
So
Whatever, big mistakes.
yeah, like you choose Indonesian or French, but not English. English only when you are outside the house.
Yeah, interesting. When it comes to kids, right? You are raising kids in different countries. That's another complicated layer that you live every year, and it's not going to dissolve, or it's not going to change, or it is how it is. You're evolving, and this role of motherhood, raising kids in different countries, is going to be always there. Do they have a feeling of belonging to a certain country, calling it like a home?
Once my children asked me,
Yeah.
like, Mama, where's the home is? Where's our home is? So at the time as a mom, I feel like a little bit sad, you know, to be honest. Like they are young. My kids they are still young. So but in that certain age, like the young age, they have to feel that, why life is moving and why like everything changed. So at the moment, I would just like freeze. And then I stared to her eyes and then I said, I'm sorry, sometimes that it's a little bit different and confusing, you know. And then she asked me, yeah, but where is the houses, Mama? Like, is it in French? Is it in Jakarta or in Houston back then? And then I just like, I told her finally, just like, you know what? Home is whenever you, your brother, Mama and Papa, we are all together.
Yeah.
No matter where we are, as long as we are together, we are home.
Yeah.
So just remind that, it's just like, yeah.
I said the same thing to Elias. It's beautiful. Right?
Yeah.
Because it is how it is. It's true.
Yeah. I mean, like, we don't really have that answer other than that because, like, it's normal thing that they question us, like, why we keep moving, Mommy? Like, I don't know if it's happened also with Elias, but when we move here to Pune, both of them like, no, Mommy, I want to go back to Houston. I don't want that. Yeah, but here, as a mom, you try to convince them, like,
Yeah.
there will be like new friends and everything. No, I don't want to have new friends. I want my friends. I want my previous school. I don't want to be in this new school.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole summer break here in India, they keep telling me that. So I was just like, gosh, what should I do? Sometimes I don't know. I don't know you, but me, to be honest, sometimes I don't know if I misguide or like my children, or I'm just like, I just pray to God that, God, please, this is my first time being a mother. Please lead me to like,
Yeah.
the good path to
Yeah.
lead them.
Yeah. I think this is called third culture kid.
Yeah.
Right? So your country is different, your husband's country is different, and your kids are being raised in different countries,
Yeah.
multiple, in fact. With this, it's normal to have this kind of a clash of identity. Where do I belong? Where is my home? And whatever they like, they want to stick to it, isn't it? They don't want to change, especially at that age because they have friends and stuff.
Yeah.
But what I've also realized that the way you adapt is going to be different than the way your kids are going to be adapting.
Yeah.
Right? Because their clash is different. It's much more than completely the internal identity. For them, still they're learning about the culture, the religion, the language, the food, all of that. I think it must be very overwhelming for the kid. But yeah, it is how it is, right? And there are millions of kids who are millions. Can I say millions? No, millions will be too much. Thousands. No, in fact, millions. Yes, millions of kids who
If
are
we are talking about like
globally. Yeah,
yeah.
globally, there are millions of kids who are where the parents have moved to another country, not even as an expat, but migrated.
Yeah.
Then of course, yeah, they're also part of this third culture kid.
Yeah.
And have the same, can't say imposter syndrome, but they go through the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you most intentional about passing on to your kids, regardless of geography?
You know what? I really want to pass on a good manners. Also, like respect whenever we are, because like being Indonesian, those are like something that you really raise from the young age, and then also that's very important. I mean, like good manners and also like respect. It's always been useful whenever you are in the world. You cannot be like bad. I mean, like bad manner when you are facing.
Yeah.
So, but I think like in the same time, for me it's important. Why? Because when we see, for example, in Europe country or something like in West country maybe, that can be different. But me as an Asian, it's very important. You cannot there's some gesture you cannot do, and then you understand, right? Like we are Asian, so you must be understand like how you respect elderly or older people older than you. Also, you have to respect like teacher or like being a good manner.
Okay, being a good human being is something
Exactly.
and that is something the constant value that you have to
Yeah.
have in a kid, right? I mean, as a family, wherever
Yeah.
you go, no matter where you go.
I mean, like, of course, there's different, not standard, maybe. I don't know if I should,
Standard.
like, between your Western standard and Asian standard about manner.
different.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I want my kids, they know at least the standard of, like, Indonesian standard about manner and also about respect. Because I can see it's very different. Like, for example, a simple thing. In Indonesia, you cannot hand it someone with your left hand. It's very rude.
I think
But like in Western country, actually it doesn't matter. But yeah, I just want them to keep.
these are small things, isn't it?
Yeah, small thing, but I want them to keep that kind of respect and manner, like all Indonesian do. Yeah.
Also in India, when you have to drink water, you drink from the right hand.
Yeah.
Not from the left. There's no hard and fast rule of drinking water with the right hand. But I know it is possible that sometimes you can just use left hand. So yeah, it's all right. But with this question, I'm thinking of one word, which is cultural intelligence. Heard of that? You know what it is, cultural intelligence?
I never heard that.
Okay.
before.
So cultural intelligence is, I think our kids will be far more culturally intelligent than us. If you are with some other Asian, they have a different culture.
Yeah.
Example, Korean. So when you are in a group at the dining table, kids are maybe having a party, your kids will have a different way of communicating, talking, interacting. And the ones coming from Korea, they have a very different way of talking. So the way you have your values that you want your kids to be instilled in them, the Koreans have a different.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So
you mean like they will adapt? Depends on where they.
I think they will adapt. They have exposure, far more intense exposure than us.
Yeah.
And I think they're going through it. They have no idea what it is. But once they really are grown up and maybe out there in the world to find a job or make a career of themselves, for themselves, then they will really have this as a benefit. It's more like a tool, and it becomes their strength, not weakness.
Yeah.
To really know, okay, I know exactly how the Koreans behave. I know exactly how the Indians do or don't do, how the French do it, because of course, yeah. So this is a tool, right?
Exactly.
And I think it's, as a parent, very important to keep on stressing on those facts that, hey, be aware that no, this person doesn't like this, or they don't eat this, or they don't drink that way, sit that way. Because in India, you can be very easily seated cross-feet.
Yeah.
European will never do that.
Yeah.
And every country will have their own method. They will have their own reasons of doing something.
Yeah.
Sitting on the floor, there's a reason. Well, so having it with fork and knife, with this cultural intelligence, one thing comes to my mind. As a mother, it must be sometimes a moment of guilt, questioning yourself. With all this moment, is it giving strength or instability to your kids? What do you think?
So to be honest, I think it's again both of it. Just like to be honest, sometimes I feel guilty.
Yeah.
As a mom, and then but in other way, I really hope that this thing makes them feel stronger. And then the guilt actually comes from knowing that in this young age, they already learned that everything is only temporary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you have your best friend, you make your best friend, but at the end, it's just temporary because maybe next year I'm the one who will be gone or she's the one who will be gone, you know?
Yeah.
And then also like a part of friend, like a simple thing for the kids. This your favorite snack. Oh, you're no longer can have it in here.
Oh yeah, that's,
You know,
that's true. Yeah.
for us maybe like okay, we are adult, but for kids like I don't know, my kids sometimes like, mommy, I miss this pretzel. This pretzel here we find here is different.
Yeah.
This is my friend and my favorite one. So yeah, and then also, but I hope like growing up this way, it can make them like a more resilience, uh, like giving them something valuable, something like easy to adapt, because adapting is about their life now, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, one of my guests mentioned about this one, and he said to this question, I asked a similar question about what do you think this expat life does teach them resilience, and he said no, I disagree. I think it spoils them, and because life in the home country is completely different. It is not like living in expat bubble. You know, you have to do your things here. Not here. In some countries, you have this privilege of having home care, no home care, the staff, housekeeping staff.
Yeah.
So the kids leave to school, the bed is messy, but the housekeeping staff will make sure it is tidy and done. The same is not true when they are in France or in Europe, in the home country, because there you have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
And then from that angle, expat life is not teaching them resilience. It is not good. It spoils them.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it depends on
Country to country.
yeah.
I don't think that in US it was like that, was it?
Well, in country like well, of course, in US we don't have any, you know, this kind of luxury
Yeah, luxury, privilege,
privilege, yeah, to have like someone who can help you at home, like everything done. But yeah, it depends. Even here, to be honest, like I still do this how to say it, like a repeat action. So every time my kids they need to clean up their room themselves. Like sometimes they say, yeah, but Didi was. I said, no, no, Didi. This is your room. This is your responsibility. I mean, like, you know, it just have it just to give them idea that, you know, you even like we have the privilege of having someone who help us, but you know, maybe in the future we never know. You have to take care of yourself. I always tell them like that, you know.
From now kids and raising kids. You're moving on to the next topic, but just for me, my favorite. And I'm sure you will also agree why. Let's get into that. Career and reinvention. You've moved across industries, right? You've worked in logistics, IT, cosmetics, and education. Was that exploration or adaptation? It is.
Yeah. I mean, like, I will say like it's more adaptation, you know.
Okay.
And then I was lucky normally. I mean, like, I think like I was lucky because why? Back then I started to work like professionally when I was 19. I was still in the university back then. And then this you know, um, the boss, he was the owner of the logistic. That was my first job, working in the logistic industry. And then like he gave me a chance. I was like young, innocent, 19, you know, 19.
Yeah.
Well, I was legal to work, of course, but I have like zero knowledge about the logistic. It was not my industry. So he gave me chance to learn and everything. So, and then after that, like after some years, I feel like, okay, maybe this is time for me to, you know, dig something else, to know something else. So I tried to move from another industry to another. So I did like logistic, IT, like cosmetic, and then also when I was in French, I tried something new, which is like about education in a smaller, like a younger age.
So teaching.
Well, technically, I couldn't teach because back then I was I was not French, so normally they require like a French citizen. But I was like the assistant of teacher like that. But from all of these things, from the adaptation I tried, I found that something like, oh, finally I found something that really into me,
Yeah. Yeah.
From this all like things.
Explore. So that is the exploration.
Yeah, exploration. Yes.
Also was your adaptation.
Yeah.
When you're exploring something, you have to adapt to something.
Yeah. That's the way. So yeah, I was happy with this. Now,
What were you? Sorry,
yep, sure. Please.
you were into cosmetics. You said.
Yep.
What were you doing? What was your?
I was a commercial assistant to my like L'Oreal Paris, L'Oreal Indonesia. Sorry, L'Oreal.
Yeah, that is a special one.
Yeah.
Who, I don't know, which girl wouldn't like to work in a position like that, company like that? But you couldn't continue that in some other country?
No, I cannot, unfortunately.
Why?
Yeah.
That's expat life.
But I mean, like, it's okay. I found something new. Yeah, because of that. Can you imagine if I can continue in this, going somewhere else with L'Oreal? Maybe like when I move to France, I can continue. So I cannot find this new thing that actually I really like. Yeah, about like this education.
Yeah.
Actually, from the old job I have, the thing that I love most is about like in this educational state. Yeah, because it was with the younger age. That's the first thing I remember, that I come back home from work, and then my head was clear. I didn't think something about job. Yeah, because normally before, every time I go back home, okay, tomorrow I need to do this. You have to think about your job. Even physically, you are no longer in your office. Yes, but with this kind of job, I was happy. I felt light. So if ever finally I can go back to work, now I know where I belong. Yep.
Education.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
But then right now, when there is a career pause,
Yeah.
how did that affect your sense of self?
Honestly, from my personal experience, it didn't make me lose the sense of my identity, to be honest.
It didn't.
No, it didn't. Like, in a way, it actually helped me
Okay.
discover a new version of myself.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just realized that my life has simply moved into a different phase, just like, I'm a wife, I'm a mother now. And then at the moment, I'm not working professionally, but there was a conscious choices that I make when I decided to build a life with my husband, of course, because everything has been, decided from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then also like I think like every stage of life comes with different roles to play,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I like of course I'm used like having a professional life, when you have a plan, you have idea to express. Of course I miss it. I'm like a human being.
Yeah.
But also I found other ways to channel my to channel that energy, of course. Like every time I move, whenever I cannot work, I always volunteer. That's the thing I do. Like before, I always volunteer in like a spouse association, both in France and in Houston. And then also, I always take part of, either in like a school or like in the, social
where you live, your community.
Yes, something like that. So I still have how to say, platform to express myself, my feelings, my idea.
That gives you different identity, something that you didn't try in a paid job, a salaried job. Of course, here you have, I can't say 100% the freedom, but you have to pivot.
Yeah.
You have to pivot, and your goals are different. Your roles, as you said, is different in a volunteer job.
Yeah.
The volunteer job in a school is different. Volunteer job in a community, in your society is different. And what else did you say? Volunteer job as
Like in the spouse.
the spouse. Talk about that. What is that spouse association?
So this is from like my husband company, because the company is like they're around anywhere around the world, right?
Yeah.
So the idea is like to gather all spouses, because sometimes you when you are like a new in the new country, you don't have friends, you don't have someone to ask, you're like feeling alone. And then the idea of this community is like so all of these women won't feel alone. You will have a source when you can ask everything, either like a simple thing like, hey, which school is good, and your reference about what brand to buy for this, from like simple question to like
Daily life.
yeah. So also like we did a lot of things like to keep them occupied. Like there's a lot of clubs like cooking clubs. Like some spouses cannot speak like the language, so there will be like I don't know, English club, like Spanish club, French club. There are a lot of like when I was in Houston, the member was almost 700. Because like Houston was the big
100, it is that?
yeah.
100 clubs?
No, not 100. I mean, like almost like 700 people.
700 people
Yeah.
who are open to such associations?
Yeah. The association was like
Massive one.
yeah, but I mean, like sometimes in the event, not everybody come, but at least whoever like wants to join us, you can join. But in the total, we have almost 600 something, but close to 700. Yes,
Just in Houston.
just in Houston itself. Yeah. So can you imagine, like even you're not like professionally working, but to handle this huge of ladies.
Yeah.
And
You know what? I think it may be then looking like when you have a career fault, you feel like, okay, who am I? That identity crisis. At the same time, that space, that kind of hollowness is taken by this space of volunteer job. Maybe way too much. I don't know. That space of volunteer. Okay, now I have to volunteer for a larger number of people, which is not your paid job, which was nothing like what you did before. That takes the space, volunteer. And were you happy with that?
yes, of course. I mean, like, okay, like now I'm not earning something, of course, for now. But the thing is, my heart is full. My heart is filled up. I mean, like, because for me, it's like it's filled up with different kind of purpose. So my purpose now is not maybe like my purpose now is being present for my community, for my children, for my family, and then so even I'm not professional working at the moment, I still feel like I can contribute, just and stay engaged in other ways.
Yeah. Like we've seen in schools as well, the way events come up with and the way parents are involved. At the end, what you get is honesty, no money.
Yeah.
There's no recognition. There's no certificate that, okay, you've done this or well done.
Yeah. I don't need, I mean, like, to be honest, I don't need that kind of, recognition, but at least my heart is full. Yeah. That's the most important thing for me. Yeah.
In this constant shifting, okay, from having no job, but then at the same time having this volunteer services taking over, and then you have to move, okay? So when you have to shift, what remains as a non-negotiable for you?
So I think it's one thing that remain non-negotiable. For me, it's family and the values we carry with us. So country may change, like, but I want my children to always feel grounded. They have to become who they are. They have to know where they come from, their roots, and then as long as we stay connected as a family, and hold on those values, I think like everything else can adapt.
And then you can move swiftly wherever you
Yeah,
are.
whenever.
Yeah.
We are like people who have to adapt now. So
Yeah.
as long as
Once they know that, okay, this is their identity, where you have to be consciously aware of adapting, I think it becomes easy. If you leave like in 3 years or 4 years or 5.
as long as you know your roots, everything will be okay. You can always adapt.
I love the word roots. Yeah, yeah. That just comes. All right. So, with all the discussions, okay, I'm coming to the end of the session, and I'm going to leave with one question which I think will make you think a little deeper. If your life were a map, what do you think it's been trying to teach you? I know it is poetic. It has to, isn't it? It's the end, so I cannot just end it by the straight question and a serious one.
Yeah. If my life were a map, I think it's been teaching me that home isn't always a fixed place.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes it's something you build along the way. So with people you love, of course, moving so much taught me to stay open, adaptable, and then also to focus on what truly matters, like family, values, and connection.
That's beautiful. I think I wouldn't have really added much to that, because what you said is perfect. My response also would have been the same. It is something that, you cannot have home at one place. Home is wherever your family is together.
Yeah, of course.
But thank you so much, Rika, for your time. It has been such a pleasure to talk about your journey. And I think this session was good for you as well, because, of course, it's a conscious effort to make sure the guest comes in this conversation as reflective as they can. And I think you were really, really good. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
How did you find the session today?
Well, the session was just like very good, to be honest. I thank you for the opportunity to invite me to be here now. It's just like, there are a lot of things here unspoken. But today you gave me like place so where I can like, open about what happened here, what I feel here. So now today I can like speak it up.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I thank you for that opportunity.
Welcome. Today it was really a lot about unspoken words, unspoken experiences, and you voiced it in a way that there's so many women today watching will be able to relate to that, will also maybe inspire, they'll be inspired to do something in a certain way,
Yeah, I hope.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.